YouTubers. I've received my RS232 interface for my Ciro Mazzoni baby loop ATU. As you can see, it's not installed at the moment. This did come through a little bit later in the post, but it's now ready to install. Well packaged, very well packaged to be honest. There we go. Okay, that's the little board we're going to be popping in. Comes with some nice instructions on how to do it. It is fairly straightforward. So what we're going to do here is, rather than take the 4 screws off at the back, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the 4 screws at the front, which should allow me to slide the board out for me to install the module. Well, just bear with us and we'll get this unscrewed. Okay, that's the 4 screws removed at the front panel. Now looking around the reverse of the unit, we've got the motor, the acculator motor wiring harness. We just unplug this like so, just pop that to one side. It will allow the unit for 2 antenna sockets to slide forward without any resistance on here. So we'll just take this apart. Okay, as you can see, we can now slide the unit out very carefully. I'll just place this to one side, and there you go. That's the unit out, the board out, sorry. As you can see, I've not needed to remove the back panel, so we'll leave that in place. All I will do is get a Sharpie knife and just cut the 2 little blanking, very flexible, very thin stuff, and just cut through that to allow me to insert the RS232 module. Okay, now with the board removed, I'm going to take the module, 2 retaining screws which are situated in it. I shall take this, just put them 2 screws there, and this board, these row of 8 pins will fit into this little header here. Just got to make sure that this isn't going to touch the board, which hopefully it won't do. These 2 mounting posts is where the board will screw down to. So we'll take the board, make sure we're aligning the pins okay, and then just slowly place it down. There you go. Now the board is situated. We should take the 2 screws, we shall mount them like so. Okay, now we've got both screws firmly tightened up, the module nicely positioned. Like I say, just a warning about the this little thing here, making sure that it wasn't going to interfere with the board. As you can see, it is a very close fit, but there's no pressure whatsoever from the board on that or that on the board. Next step is to remove the blanking slots cover very carefully with a nice sharp knife, both this one and also this one. Okay, as you can see, that's the second one removed. I'll be now ready to slide the board back inside the enclosure. Now that the board's ready to go back inside the enclosure, we will remove this from the RS485 socket. By taking that off, it will then not be blocking it coming from the inside to be out. Okay, now gently positioning it in the bottom slot of the enclosure and start sliding it down. Now on the other end, on the back side, just carefully align them so they just drop into place like so. There you go. Now ready to attach the two external headers and put in the screws at the front. Now to replace the full screws. Okay, now with the full screws replaced, I'm going to now turn the unit round and reattach the 4-pin and 2-pin headers. Now to replace the accumulator motor header, and now the 4-pin header for the RS485 socket. Okay, and that is the RS232 unit fitted in the Ciro Mazzoni antenna unit 2.0. Thank you for watching. M3 Oscar Victor Alpha 73